National Assembly. My name is Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan. I represent Yobe North. I stand to humbly accept the nomination as moved and seconded. My very distinguished and very respected Senators-elect, let me congratulate all of us for having been returned elected to represent our people in the Senate. This is an opportunity for us to work together, to remain united as an institution, to remain focused for delivering those very vital and critical and crucial legislative interventions that are necessary to provide for sustainable good governance in this country. Today, we are all united by one thing, that as representatives of Nigerians, we are in it together. We are faced with the reality of ensuring that nothing, and I repeat, nothing, comes between us in our pursuit to ensure that this institution performs those mandatory and statutory constitutional provisions to ensure that we work as a team, we provide the support that is required for the government to function. I am of the APC stock, and there are many of our colleagues who belong to different political parties, particularly the PDP and indeed the YPP. But I believe that having come here, the story we are supposed to tell tomorrow is that we have been able to work together, we have been able to achieve together, that partisanship does not in any way hinder us from performing, from working together and delivering those essential legislative interventions. I believe that at the end of the day, we should give glory to God that we have come, we have worked successfully, and we have delivered. Government has one fundamental function. That function is to provide security and, of course, welfare of the people. Security tomorrow should be better than security today. Even though we have worked so hard in the last 4 years to provide security in this country, but we are still faced with challenges. These challenges require that we all come together, irrespective of our parties and platforms, for us to provide the climate for our citizens to be safe, the climate for businesses to be established, climate for employment opportunities for our people. I also believe that we have to work together to ensure that we create and sustain an economy that works for all Nigerians, from those at the lowest level of the ladder to the topmost level. I want to assure you that if you elect me and I become the president of the Senate in the 9th Senate, I will work with all of you. I will ensure that our political differences or parties do not hinder us from performing our statutory functions. Thank you very much, and I hope that at the end of the day, this exercise will be a very peaceful one. I am in it for national interest. I'm in it for patriotic reasons. Mr. Clerk, I wish you the best of luck in conducting the affairs of the day. Thank you very much. God bless.
Please accept.
The nomination that I take the chair as the Senate President of the 9th Senate. The CNA, my distinguished colleagues, and our invited guests here, I wish to thank Almighty Allah for taking me this far to stand for this contest. It has not been easy, but I insisted. And the reason is, I feel that I have to be grateful to Almighty Allah for being here since 2003 consecutively. And the institution continued to change over time. And that is why, ab initio, I presented to my distinguished colleagues my 9-point agenda. First, starting with the office of the Senate President itself. Gradually, we are moving to a situation where we have Senators President, not Senate President. And what do you do to correct that? You dismantle the office of the Senate President so that it will so much be an office of an individual that is one among equals. My colleagues will make a decision on that, but those that have been here for a while know that this office is gradually losing, or the senators' right, prestige is going down, because the powers of the Senate or the senator, a senator, is virtually taken and controlled by the office of the Senate President. We now have members of the Senate instead of senators. And we really need to do that. That's the first thing. The second thing that we need to do is to understand that this Senate is an arm of government that is deliberately created to work interdependently and harmoniously with the executive without compromising the constitution responsibility of the Senate, or legislative arm of government. And as a member of this our great party, we have a very laudable program. It will be our intention to collectively work and move Nigeria to the next level by further deepening and enhancing Mr. President's agenda, basically of security, infrastructure, and fight against corruption. Thirdly, we have a major issue of budget in this country. Our budget is sponsored almost 70% by other domestic or foreign borrowing. And we know there are so many leakages that, if taken care of, will be able to finance our budget instead of borrowing year in, year out. And as it relates to budget too, one of the fundamental problems that we have before us that even affect the image of the Senate is the timeline that it takes to pass the budget. With my colleagues, it is my intention that we work together so that we have a timeline to pass a budget. To my thinking, 3 months is enough. And we should also have time that confirmations must be passed. We also need to have time that bills should be passed. And we really have to work hand in hand with the executive so that we avoid all the unnecessary rancors that happen. Part of those things that I intend to put before my colleagues so that we will execute them as an part of our agenda is to look at some controversial areas and take care of them, especially the constituency project needs to have a legal backing, a law that guides it, that makes it more transparent. Distinguished colleagues, we need to take this Senate back, take care of our other colleagues, take care of the workers' welfare, take care of our colleagues that are no longer here, that can be resourceful and useful, especially to committees. You know that the new senators here now don't have any file to take over from. It is what they see that they work on. And we have bundle of resourceful persons, our colleagues that are out there that can be useful to us. These are some of the things, my distinguished colleagues, that we need to sit down together. And lastly, I intend that we should control our resources, not the office of the presiding officers. I leave it like that. So, distinguished colleagues, the choice is yours, and that's why I resisted and insisted that you should make your choice. And right now, your choice is Almighty Allah's choice. I implore you to vote according to your conscience, so that we'll have there a presiding officer that is just one among equals. Thank you very much.